Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor to open the 12th Annual Gathering of the Enriching the Middle East Economic Future Conference Series, jointly sponsored by the Permanent Committee for Organizing Conferences of the Foreign Ministry of the State of Qatar and the UCLA Center for Middle East Development. We are deeply grateful to the Foreign Ministry of Qatar for making this series of meetings possible. Without their commitment to generosity, this project would never have existed. This year, those of you attending include 235 participants from 74 countries, the highest number we've ever achieved. And this number does not include any of our distinguished ambassadors who are gathered here for the opening session. Welcome. The purpose of these meetings has been to work together to design programs, projects, and mechanisms that can enhance the future of the Middle East economies. We have also sought to introduce this region's economic potential to the world at large, and at the same time, to introduce the global environment to leading figures throughout the Middle East in the business, academic, journalistic, and governmental arenas. This year, we feel particularly fortunate to have all of you with us. Reading through all of your bios, I was astonished to see the vast and impressive backgrounds and capabilities which you represent. In the past, we have frequently sought to organize our sessions around particular themes. This time, all of you were such a treasure that we organized the panels around your talents. We are indeed blessed with having specialists covering such a wide group of areas, from political analysts to high-level Hollywood professionals who work behind the scenes to produce films and television shows many of you watch in your homes, to the creme de la creme of America's legal experts, as you will learn in a few minutes. And we are so pleased to have specialists who deal with energy, extremism in the region, which obviously impacts the Middle East economy, and with cybersecurity and the emergence of Asia, the role of women and youth in the economic arena, and the potential of innovation for social and economic growth. We obviously will not solve all of the economic problems faced by this region and the globe in 2 days. I can guarantee you, however, that many of you will meet future partners. You will be exposed to information that you didn't know existed. All of us will come away with our visions expanded and our horizons broader. In my experiences in producing these meetings, the most satisfying facet has been the remarkable ability of the UCLA and Qatari teams to transcend the 8,000-mile distance between us to collaborate on this remarkable event. Indicative of this cooperation, it is my pleasure to introduce His Excellency Ali Sharif Al-Imani, the Minister of Finance, State of Qatar. His Excellency is also a member and Secretary General of the Supreme Council of Economic Affairs and Investment, Chairman of Qatar National Bank, Chairman of Qatar Airways, a board member of the Qatar Foundation, Governor of the Islamic Development Bank, and Governor at OPEC, Fund for International Development, and I could go on and on. Let me just say one thing. He has a Bachelor of Science in Finance from the University of Arizona, which I mentioned because of Arizona's seeming dominance in this program. That's hard for me to say as a Californian, but you'll see what I'm talking about in a few minutes. Without further ado, it is my pleasure to invite His Excellency to the podium to present the opening address of the conference.
I would always have loved to made it to UCLA, but I think during my time oil prices was at $8, so we had to go to University of Arizona. I'll make my speech in Arabic, so if you don't mind, you can use your headset, please. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أصحاب السعادة، السيدات والسادة، الحضور الكرام، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. يسعدني في البداية أن أحييكم وأرحب بكم في دولة قطر للمشاركة في مؤتمر إثراء المستقبل الاقتصادي للشرق الأوسط. إن انعقاد هذا المؤتمر بصورة منتظمة منذ دورته الأولى عام 2006 وإلى الآن يجسد القناعة والرؤية الثاقبة لدولة قطر بأهمية وضرورة ترسيخ الحوار الهادف والبناء وسعيها الدؤوب للبحث الجاد وإيجاد الحلول للمشكلات والتحديات التي تواجه دول المنطقة للوصول إلى عالم أكثر أماناً وازدهاراً. ينعقد هذا المؤتمر في ظل ما يشهده العالم من تحديات اقتصادية وسياسية وأمنية وغيرها، تحمل في ثناياها مخاطر كثيرة تهدد النظام والأمن العالميين، كما أن التطورات المتلاحقة التي تشهدها منطقة الشرق الأوسط تستدعي التعامل معها بأسلوب يحترم مبادئ الشرعية الدولية بمفهومها الحقيقي، ولا يكتفي برصد جميع الانتهاكات للقانون الدولي والإنساني، بل يتعين أن نبحث في الطرق والوسائل الضرورية للالتزام بالمعنى الحقيقي للشرعية الدولية، بما تتضمنه من احترام لحقوق الإنسان وكفالة واحترام المتبادل في العلاقات الدولية، بعيداً عن الأهواء السياسية ومنطق فرض القوة. ومن هذا المنطلق يتعين على الدول والأمم المتحدة وسائر المنظمات الدولية والإقليمية الاطلاع بمسؤولياتها والعمل على التمسك دائماً بحكم القانون وقرارات الشرعية الدولية، وأن تقوم العلاقات الدولية على مبادئ العدل والاحترام المتبادل والتمسك بضرورة تسوية المنازعات بالطرق السلمية، ونبذ اللجوء إلى القوة وأساليب الضغط الأخرى، بما يحافظ على مصالح الدول والشعوب في إطار مناخ يسوده الاستقرار والأمن والسلام. وفي هذا الإطار يجب الإقرار بحقيقة الاستقرار والنمو الاقتصادي لدول منطقة الشرق الأوسط وكافة الدول الأخرى، يرتبط بتحقيق الاستقرار السياسي، غير أن التحديات الأمنية في المنطقة ما زالت تمثل عائقاً كبيراً أمام إجراء الإصلاحات السياسية والاقتصادية وتحقيق التنمية المستدامة المنشودة، نتيجة استمرار أجواء التوتر وعدم الاستقرار بسبب تقاعس المجتمع الدولي وبخاصة القوى الفاعلة فيه عن تحمل مسؤولياتها الأخلاقية والقانونية بشأن تطبيق وتنفيذ الشرعية الدولية على الوجه الصحيح، وإيجاد الحلول العادلة والمستدامة للقضايا التي تشهدها العديد من دول منطقة الشرق الأوسط، وتحقيق إرادة الشعوب وتطلعاتها المشروعة في الاستقرار والأمن والحرية. الضيوف الكرام، لا يزال العالم يبحث عن عوامل لتحفيز النمو الاقتصادي كمدخل هام لتحقيق العدالة الاجتماعية والتنمية المستدامة وتوفير الاستقرار الذي تتطلع إليه الشعوب، الأمر الذي يتطلب مضاعفة جهود التعاون بين الدول والسعي الصادق إلى بلورة شراكات قوية وفعالة بينها، وهو أمر بات حتمياً وضرورياً في ظل النظام العالمي متعدد الأقطاب والمصالح المتداخلة وما أفرزته العولمة من حقائق وتحديات. وفي هذا السياق فإن تحقيق الاستقرار السياسي والاقتصادي والاجتماعي وبخاصة في الدول النامية والأقل نمواً يتطلب من المجتمع الدولي وضع صيغة متجددة وفعالة للتعاون المثمر بين الدول والاستمرار في مساندة جهود هذه الدول لبلوغ أهدافها في التنمية الاقتصادية والاجتماعية ومجالاتها الأخرى، من خلال الوفاء بالالتزامات الدولية بشأن المساعدات الإنمائية بكافة أشكالها، بما يفتح الأمل أمام الشعوب الدول الأقل نمواً في تحقيق تنمية مستدامة ويدعم جهود الاستقرار في العالم. لذلك فإن دولة قطر بفضل القيادة الحكيمة لحضرة صاحب السمو الشيخ تميم بن حمد آل ثاني حفظه الله ورعاه تركز جهودها في تقديم المساعدات الإنمائية والوفاء بالتزاماتها الدولية في هذا الشأن في العديد من مناطق دول العالم، كما تسعى الدولة إلى تحقيق الرخاء والرفاهية والتنمية المستدامة للشعب القطري عبر تحقيق رؤية 2030 والخطط الاستراتيجية الوطنية المرتبطة بها، حيث استطاعت تحقيق معدلات نمو اقتصادي متميزة وإنجازات تنموية كبيرة خلال السنوات الماضية، وهو ما تؤكده التقارير الدولية والإقليمية في العديد من المجالات، وخاصة التعليم والصحة والعمل وتفعيل دور الشباب في ومشاركة المرأة وتعزيز حماية حقوق الإنسان. السيدات والسادة، أن ظاهرة الإرهاب والتطرف بات أحد أهم التحديات التي تواجه العالم ومنطقة الشرق الأوسط بصفة خاصة، ولا شك أن أنماط الإرهاب متعددة، منها إرهاب الدولة والاحتلال والجريمة المنظمة. وقد أكدت دولة قطر أكثر من مرة على إدانتها ورفضها لهذه الظاهرة المقيتة الخارجة عن تعاليم وقيم ومبادئ جميع الأديان السماوية التي تحرم سفك الدماء وتدعو للسلم والتعارف وتكريم الإنسان. وفي الوقت نفسه ترفض دولة قطر التعامل بمقاييس مزدوجة مع هذه الظاهرة أو ربطها بدين أو ثقافة بعينها. وأشير هنا إلى أن الحلول الجزئية للأسباب المؤدية إلى الإرهاب والتطرف لن تؤدي إلا إلى تفاقم أخطار هذه الظاهرة. لذلك يجب على المجتمع الدولي إيجاد الحلول الجذرية للأسباب الحقيقية للإرهاب والتطرف، والتي من بينها الظلم وغياب العدالة الاجتماعية والإقصاء والتهميش الذي لحق بالشعوب. وفي هذا السياق نؤكد على دعم دولة قطر المطلق لكافة الجهود المبذولة في إطار المجتمع الدولي للقضاء على هذه الظاهرة بكافة أشكالها وصورها. الحضور الكرام، لعلكم تدركون معنى أهمية القضايا والموضوعات المطروحة على أجندة أعمال هذه الدورة للمؤتمر، وأنني على يقين بأن المستوى الرفيع للمشاركين فيه سوف يثري مناقشته بالآراء والاستنتاجات لتحقيق الأهداف المنشودة من هذا المؤتمر. أكرر الترحيب بكم في الدوحة وأتمنى لكم الإقامة طيبة والنجاح والتوفيق في تحقيق أهداف المؤتمر، والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. How appropriate it is that you spoke about the rule of law and many other topics that we will be covering. But speaking of the rule of law, our next speaker is Mr. Mark Brnovich, who was inaugurated as Arizona's Attorney General in 2015. So 2 speakers in a row. How coincidental with experience in Arizona. He is known for restoring public confidence in the office of Arizona's top cop and for assembling some of the nation's most talented public servants for his administration. Mr. Attorney General Mark Brnovich.
Thank you for the introduction. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much for having me here. I really appreciate it. I'm so honored and privileged. We have participants from more than 70 countries here today. It's a great opportunity. Folks, people have asked me what I've thought since I've gotten here. I've only been here 1 day, but I will tell you, when I left Arizona, it was about 29 degrees Celsius. It was hot and dry. I arrived here. It was about 29 degrees Celsius and it was hot and dry. When I left Arizona, I was sitting next to a wildcat, and here I am in this conference sitting next to a wildcat from the University of Arizona. So what a small world we live in indeed. The world really truly has become small. So what's not to love about this place and this conference? It's a great opportunity for us to share ideas and discuss so many important issues. I did also notice that there were a few folks from Montenegro at this conference, and Kako si braće. I see him waving there. Hey, good to see you guys. I have my family, I'm a first generation American and my family's from Montenegro, so it's always good to see folks from Montenegro. So I thank you all for the opportunity. I do think it's amazing though that, last night we arrived here on a plane that came from Dallas directly to here. And when you think about where the world is going, there's talks of supersonic flights. I mean, who knows? 5 years from now, when the World Cup is here, there might be the ability to fly out for the weekend and catch a football match because the world is becoming smaller. Last night, I had an opportunity to FaceTime with my kids and literally have the conversation as we were watching each other on our small computers, our small devices, something that even maybe 10, 15 years ago was unthinkable. So the world is getting smaller, but in many ways the world is getting more complicated. And we as people, regardless of where we come from or regardless of what our faiths are, have the same essential challenges. And that's why it's so important for us to work together and come up with common solutions and share those ideas, share the best practices so we can work together to make all of our respective countries a really, really better place. I do think the irony, though, is as the world seems to be becoming smaller and as it's easier to communicate and easier to exchange ideas, it does appear that sometimes on an individual level, there's a certain disconnection between individuals and the societies they come from. And this is something I have seen all over the world, regardless of who the person is. And so I'm not sure if it's a generational issue or if it's more of an issue that on a broader global scale we need to address as the world changes and there's all these dynamics. People are learning to adjust to that change, and how they adjust to that change affects how they adjust to their own individual societies, regardless of where they are. So I do believe, I'm an optimist, I do believe that events like these and cross-cultural exchanges and the sharing of information and ideas, that kind of creative destruction that happens, is when the best ideas emerge, and when we work together collaboratively is when the best things happen for all of our people, regardless of where they are from. But I appreciate that there are many challenges facing the world today. His Excellency referred to some of those issues, dealing with terrorism, dealing with organized crime, dealing with bandits that are trying to undermine countries that sometimes they're from or they live in. And so we have an obligation to all work together in order to solve these challenges. And as His Excellency was speaking, I couldn't help but remember and think about what John F. Kennedy was very fond of saying to his White House advisors. He would remind them that in Chinese, the symbol for crisis is a combination of two symbols: danger and opportunity. Because in every crisis, there is indeed danger, but there is indeed opportunity. And so I think today we are presented with opportunities to engage in these ideas and these discussions today and tomorrow, to meet new friends, to reacquaint with old friends. And so I am just so honored and privileged to be a small part of this. And I wanted to thank you. I wanted to thank our gracious host. I hope that I can respect you by being a good guest. So thank you for everything. And I want you to know that you always are welcome to come visit in Arizona. Thank you very much.
Our final speaker to kick off this program is His Excellency Professor Kandati Subamanghan, who was the 39th Foreign Minister of Thailand. His Excellency also taught international law, diplomacy, and international trade at UCLA. He is currently chairman of Kanta Enterprise International Company Limited, a real estate development company in Thailand, and he is a member of the advisory board of the RAND Corporation Center for Asia Pacific Policy. His Excellency.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to be here once again. I was here when I attended the Asian Cooperation Dialogue meeting. And that time I just came in from the airport to the conference, then out again. This time I hope to be able to see a little more of beautiful Doha. It gives me so much pleasure to welcome all of you to the 12th CMET Enriching the Middle East Economic Future Conference. Looking at the list of speakers and attendees, this conference is diverse in the topics for discussions, as well as diverse in the countries that participants have come from. Many of us have traveled a great distance, and I think the first thing we have to fight is extreme jet lag. I understand that 74 countries are represented here as participants, the largest number yet in 12 years. The topics for discussions are designed in an out-of-box way to ensure that participants can exchange views in the most comprehensive manner. I look forward to discussions on international politics, trade, and economic relations, the role of women and youth in economies, the future of sustainable energy, the problem of extremism and radicalization, the digital innovation, cybersecurity, and for the first time in this forum, the role of Hollywood film and television productions in the Middle East and beyond. This is the most comprehensive and innovative agenda for discussions that I have ever seen anywhere in the world. CMET is unique in its ability to merge the academic world with international negotiations and international partnership formation. It gives unique opportunities for participants from the Middle East to meet and interact with participants from other parts of Asia, Europe, Africa, and the Americas. Participants from around the world will learn more about the Middle East, and all participants will learn more about numerous issues of regional and global importance in today's world. We are here together for the next 2 days in this truly global forum. Please get to know one another. Please exchange views and imagination. It is my hope that the friendships that we create together here in Doha and the healthy exchange of views will contribute substantially to cross-border understanding, cooperation, negotiation into the future. My thanks go to the excellent work of Professor Steven Spiegel and his very able CMET team from UCLA. I have known Professor Spiegel for a very long time, since he actually was my professor when I was an undergraduate student at UCLA. He introduced me to the Middle East years ago. My thanks also go out to our hosts, the government of Qatar, for the excellent arrangements and support to enable all of us to be here and to make this conference possible. I wish the conference much success, and I look forward to meeting as many participants from around the world as possible in the next 2 days. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. In closing this opening, let me just make a couple of brief announcements. First of all, we have a special treat tonight. We're having a dinner under the stars. It's cool enough for that. Here in the hotel at the Fountain Courtyard, right by the pool. It'll be quite an experience. We tested it the other night. I strongly, strongly, strongly look forward to seeing all of you. There's a new agenda. There's some changes tomorrow and even today. So I urge you to make sure you've got the latest agenda, which were passed out everywhere. Today, I want to recommend at the very end of the meeting what we have as a networking reception. I predict that you'll meet many more people than you think. You may have thought that you would have met everyone, but we've arranged it at this one of these closing ceremonies for you to bring to meet a lot of people that you might not have met. So bring those business cards. And finally, I want to close our opening session. You have a few minutes to have some coffee and refreshments in case you miss breakfast. But we will begin promptly at 10 o'clock with the first of our many sessions. Thank you all so much. Thank you all for coming. And we're looking forward to a wonderful program with you. This program, however, is now closed. Let us begin to go to work. Thank you.